Buddhist thought sees time not as a straight line. Instead, it views time as vast, repeating cycles. Universes arise and flourish, then they gradually decline, and finally, they are reborn. This cosmic rhythm is, really fundamental. It helps us understand Buddhist prophecies about the future. Unlike many apocalyptic narratives that focus on the sheer physical destruction of our world, Buddhism looks deeper. It is much more concerned with the inner world. It cares about the state of human consciousness and morality. The real end is a spiritual one, a fading of wisdom from our hearts. The prophecies, therefore, do not primarily foretell a cataclysmic end to the planet Earth. Instead, they speak of a profound moral and spiritual collapse within humanity. Imagine a world where kindness becomes a rare commodity. Imagine a world where compassion is forgotten by most. This is the very essence of the decline the teachings describe. The teachings of the Buddha, the Dharma, which illuminate the path to liberation, gradually become obscured. This isn't about a divine punishment from above. It is about the natural consequences of humanity losing its spiritual compass, a slow dimming of our collective inner light. Many cultures imagine an apocalypse as a dramatic, fiery event, perhaps a final judgment. Buddhism offers a different, perhaps more subtle but equally profound vision of what is to come. The end it describes is a period where human goodness wanes significantly. The essential path to enlightenment, the core of Buddha's message of peace, becomes harder to find. People will struggle to connect with their innate wisdom and their capacity for kindness. This internal decay, this spiritual winter settling upon the world, is the true crisis these ancient prophecies warn us about, calling for our present attention. This predicted decline is not seen as a predetermined fate that cannot be changed, nor is it a punishment from an angry God looking down upon us. It is understood as the collective result of human actions, often driven by ignorance, by greed, and by hatred. Our thoughts and our deeds constantly shape the world we live in. When negativity prevails widely, society naturally reflects this downturn. Yet these prophecies are not meant to instill despair or fear. They serve as a crucial warning, a clear call to cultivate awareness and all positive qualities right now, in our own lives. Understanding these cycles empowers us to preserve the Dharma. Buddhist teachings describe the gradual decline of the Dharma through 5 distinct periods. This process happens after a Buddha, like Shakyamuni Buddha, has appeared and revealed the path to all beings. The first era is known as the Age of the True Dharma. During this golden time, the teachings are pure, clear, and vibrant. Many practitioners achieve deep understanding. Many even attain enlightenment. It is a period of strong faith, dedicated practice, and abundant spiritual fruit for those who seek. Society itself often reflects this clarity and wisdom. This is the ideal time for true spiritual growth. Following this initial bright period comes the Age of the Semblance Dharma, sometimes called the Formal Dharma. In this second period, the outward forms of Buddhism still remain strong. Rituals are performed, scriptures are studied, and monastic orders are maintained. People continue to build temples and engage in various practices. However, the inner realization, the true spirit and essence of the Dharma, begins to weaken. Fewer individuals attain genuine enlightenment. The focus subtly shifts more towards the external aspects of religion, while the profound inner essence becomes harder to grasp. It is like seeing a reflection rather than the true object itself. The third period is known as the Age of the End of Dharma. In Japanese Buddhism, this is often called Mappo. This era is prophesied to be a time of significant spiritual darkness and widespread societal turmoil. The Buddha's precious teachings become very difficult to understand or to practice correctly. Qualities like greed, anger, delusion, and conflict become rampant and dominant in society. True spiritual guides become scarce. People may lose respect for moral and ethical principles. The path to liberation becomes heavily obscured. Suffering greatly increases for all beings living in this challenging era of confusion. As these later stages of decline unfold, the consequences for human society are severe. Moral values erode, leading to widespread corruption and social injustice. Trust breaks down between people, communities, and even nations. Suffering in its many forms, physical, mental, and emotional, intensifies across the globe. People often feel lost, disconnected from others, and without a clear purpose in their lives. The prophecies paint a picture where selfish desires dominate human behavior. The pursuit of material gain often overshadows any deep spiritual seeking, yet even in such bleak times the potential for individual awakening, though difficult, is never entirely extinguished. The call to practice becomes even more urgent. Amidst these prophecies of decline and spiritual darkness, there shines a beacon of profound hope. Maitreya, the future Buddha. He is currently a bodhisattva, an enlightened being who compassionately delays his own final nirvana to help others. He is said to reside in the Tushita heaven, a celestial realm. There he patiently awaits the opportune moment for his earthly rebirth. His name, Maitreya, translates from Sanskrit as loving kindness or benevolent one. This very name signifies the core quality he will embody and teach. He will bring warmth and compassion back to a world grown cold. Maitreya is prophesied to appear on earth when the teachings of Shakyamuni Buddha have almost completely vanished. This will be long after our current era. It will be a time when the average human lifespan has dramatically decreased. This shortening of life will be due to widespread negativity and severe moral decay. Suffering will be intense and all-pervasive. The world will be enveloped in a deep spiritual darkness. It is precisely at this nadir, when humanity is most desperate for guidance and relief, that Maitreya will descend. His arrival is not random. It is a compassionate response to the world's deep need for the Dharma's light once more. What Maitreya represents is the unwavering continuity of the Buddha Dharma, the eternal truth. He will not introduce a new alien religion or a different set of beliefs. Instead, he will rediscover and reteach the timeless, liberating truths. These are the same truths already taught by Shakyamuni Buddha and all previous Buddhas throughout cosmic history. These are the Four Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path, perfectly tailored for the understanding of beings in that future age. His teachings will powerfully re-establish the Dharma in the world. This will usher in a new golden age of spiritual practice, peace, and widespread enlightenment, revitalizing hope for all. Certain signs are said to herald the approaching era that precedes Maitreya, though many of these signs are grim. These include a pervasive loss of spirituality and a lack of respect for sacred teachings. Wars, famines, plagues, and devastating natural disasters will become more frequent and severe. Human morality will decline sharply, observers note. Selfishness, dishonesty, and cruelty may become commonplace in society. Life itself for many will be short and filled with significant hardship. While these signs are distressing to consider for those who understand the prophecies, they also indicate that the darkest hour is just before the dawn of Maitreya's compassionate arrival. While Maitreya is indeed a figure of future salvation and renewal, his role differs from saviors in some Abrahamic traditions. In Christianity, Jesus Christ is revered as a divine savior. He is believed to redeem humanity from sin through his sacrifice and grace. In Islam, the Mahdi is an eschatological figure. He is prophesied to appear before the end of days to establish justice and true faith. Maitreya, however, is primarily a supreme teacher, a world guide. He doesn't grant salvation through mere belief alone. He powerfully reintroduces the Dharma, the path to self-liberation. He empowers individuals to achieve enlightenment through their own dedicated efforts and clear understanding. Within the vast tapestry of Buddhism, different schools and traditions hold nuanced perspectives on Maitreya and these prophecies. Theravada Buddhism, which is prevalent in countries like Sri Lanka, Thailand, and Myanmar, acknowledges Maitreya as the next Buddha. However, his arrival is generally viewed as an event in the very distant future. Mahayana traditions, common in East Asia and Tibet, often place more active emphasis on Maitreya. Some Mahayana practitioners actively cultivate a connection with him through prayer and meditation. They aspire to be reborn when he appears so they can receive his direct teachings. These variations reflect the rich diversity within Buddhist thought and practice. These ancient prophecies passed down through generations hold significant relevance for Buddhists navigating the complexities of today's world. They serve as a potent reminder of impermanence, the truth that even the most profound teachings can fade from human society if not diligently practiced and actively preserved. This understanding fosters a sense of urgency. It encourages responsibility to cultivate wisdom and compassion in our daily lives. The prophecies encourage individuals to uphold ethical conduct. They inspire us to contribute positively to society, acting as small lights even if the larger world seems to be dimming around us. Ultimately, the teachings about the decline of Dharma and the eventual coming of Maitreya inspire enduring hope and purposeful living. They assure practitioners that even in the face of widespread suffering and deep spiritual confusion, the potential for awakening remains. Maitreya's future arrival symbolizes the indestructible nature of enlightenment itself. It represents the cyclical renewal of truth and compassion in the cosmos. This encourages Buddhists not to despair at the state of the world. Instead, it calls them to actively embody the Dharma now, planting seeds of kindness and wisdom that will benefit themselves and all future generations, preparing a fertile ground for that prophesied future dawn.